All right guys, welcome back. We've got another session here for you. We're working on upper body. So we're gonna start with this warm up. So your warm up will be a 12-minute EMOM starting with high knees. So 15 seconds of high knees, nice and high, keeping the runner's arms going, opposite arm, opposite leg. Then you will transition into your heel kicks. 15 seconds of heel kicks, making sure you're trying to drive that heel up to your bottom as best as you can and maintaining an upright position. Once you've done that, we'll change into your star jumps. 15 seconds of star jumps, making sure that your elbows are nice and locked out, reaching up overhead, trying to open up those shoulders as much as possible. Once you've done your 15 seconds there, you'll get ready for your burpees. 10 burpees on the first round, 12 burpees on the second, and 15 on the third round. Making sure that you make contact on the ground every time with the chest, and as you jump up, those hands behind the head and opening up those shoulders. Once you've done that, you're gonna move into your dynamic cobra. So laying down on the ground, belly on the floor, feet together, arms extended away, and feet off the ground as well. From here, you're gonna move those arms back towards your hips, keeping the thumbs pointed to the ceiling. So keep this position all the way through, making sure you engage your back, your glutes, and your legs. From there, you're gonna move into your dumbbells, either 2 dumbbells or a dumbbell and kettlebell, depends on what you have available. You're gonna stand them up, shoulders back, hinge at the hip, make sure those dumbbells pass the line of the knees, and then you're gonna row into the body. So exaggerate the squeeze between your shoulder blades and then follow through with the elbows. You're gonna do 5 reps on the minute and then 5 reps at the 30-second mark. Once you complete this, that will be your first round done, and we've got 2 more rounds to go. Now that we've completed the warm-up, we get ready for the strength component of this session. We will move into 5 sets of 10 on a floor press with a neutral grip. We have a tempo with this as well. So you will set up your position as Ezra is demonstrating, foot position, feet are flat on the ground, 90 degrees in the knees, and elbows are locked out overhead. You can see the dumbbell position is neutral, which means the palms are facing each other. Keep this position the entire time. As you go down, we're looking for 3 seconds to go down. Control, as soon as you touch, straight back up, and then you're gonna pause at the top for 2 seconds. So it's nice and slow coming down. 3, 2, 1. As soon as you touch, straight back up, and then hold. Okay, so you'll continue in this fashion, completing your 10 reps. I want you to focus on exaggerating that neutral position in the hands as much as you can, and opening the dumbbells apart on the way down, and they'll come back together at the top without making contact. Just keep them stacked over the shoulders. Once you're done, the dumbbells will come down, and you can take a rest in between, about 60 to 90 seconds rest. Okay, so now that we've finished the strength component, we're on to your conditioning. So we have a 10-minute AMRAP, as many rounds and reps as possible in 10 minutes. First movement is a push-up. So your push-up position begins with elbows locked out, hips and shoulders nice and tight. So you're looking for a straight line from the top of the head all the way down to the heels. So you make sure those glutes are tight, abs are switched on. From here, you're aiming the chest to go down to the ground, make contact, and then press. So you can see we don't have contact with the thighs or the rest of the body. It's just keeping the body in this kind of tight plank, and then just moving with the arms, the shoulders and the elbows move through. If full length is too challenging, we can drop down to the knees. We are still looking for a straight line from the top of the head to the knees. So we want the hips nice and tight, glutes tight, abs tight, and again, keeping that plank position. Only the chest is trying to make contact on the ground. Your thighs may make a little bit of contact, but we're aiming for chest to ground and then pressing back up. If on the knees is a little bit too challenging, anything that you can use to elevate, a bench, a chair, a bed, a couch, anything that you have handy, you can use. Put your hands right on the edge of that piece of equipment, and then you're going to aim the chest to touch and then pressing back up. So still maintaining that straight line from the top of the head to the bottom of the knees. If this is too easy, you can do the same movement but on your toes. So then you can go into a full length position there, and then aiming the chest down. So this would be an in-between from doing it on the ground. Then you'll move into your second movement, which is your single arm dumbbell bent over row. So with one dumbbell in one hand, the other arm is out extended to the side. You're going to hinge at the hip, dumbbell passes the knee, and then squeeze the back to pull. What we're looking for is to reduce the amount of rotation through the torso and getting you to switch your core on nice and tight to counterbalance for that weight, and squeezing through the back. Once you've completed 10 reps on one side, you can start your 10 reps on the other side. You can break these up however you like. You can do them in 5 and 5, or however you need it to complete all 20. Just making sure that you do complete 10 on either side. From there, we're going to move into your final movement, which is your lying leg raises. So you're going to lay down on the ground, palms facing the ground, arms extended, legs are out, pointing the toes away from the body, and then driving those legs up in line with the hips and pressing them to the ceiling. Okay, try to keep your head on the ground as best as you can, and making sure that the legs don't go too far. So here Ezra is going to show you when they go too far back what it looks like. We don't want those legs going back behind you. So here you want to go up and stop at the hip and then press up to the ceiling. So your repetition options are 15, 12, and 10. So once you finish that one, you go back to your push-ups and complete the rest of the workout for as many rounds and reps as possible as you can in 10 minutes. Once you've completed your conditioning component, we move on to your auxiliary movement. So for today's session, we have tricep extensions. So this will be performed laying down with 2 dumbbells or a single dumbbell. What we're looking for here is the same setup that you guys had for the floor press. The only difference is the only movement that we're getting is through the elbow, bending at the elbow, making sure that from elbow to shoulder, that part of your arm does not move, and trying to make contact on the shoulder at the bottom and getting that full extension to the top. You're aiming for 12 reps unbroken for this. If the weight is a little bit too heavy, the 2 dumbbells are a little bit too heavy, you can switch to 1 dumbbell. The way this is going to look is you're going to hold one head of the dumbbell in one hand and the other head of the dumbbell in the other hand. From here, you're going to bend those elbows right down and aiming for that bar, the handle, to touch your forehead, and then get that extension at the top. So nice and controlled coming down, and then get that extension in the top position. From here, once you complete your 12 reps, you're going to move into your hammer curls. So this is targeting towards the biceps. So standing position, what we're looking for is a slight bend in the knee, shoulders back, abs on nice and tight. And again, keeping that shoulder to elbow position nice and straight without moving, and only moving as a hinge movement at the elbow. Okay, trying to keep those hands in a neutral position. There's no rotation, and keeping that control on the way down. There's no swinging of the weights or of the arms.